That's what every religion is about. It's about making everyone believe your religion. These people don't stand on street corners every weekend handing out pamphlets because they got too much paper in their house. It's what they're trying to do. They're trying to convert you. That every religion does that. So yeah, does Muslims do it? Yeah, it's just scarier when you say Muslim. That's just a bad word now. It's 100 years ago it was Christians. 100 years before that it was something else. And before that, it goes back to the history of organized religion. Everyone's tried to do it. That's what religion does. So it sucks for Muslims that they've become this horrible, evil thing, and yet when Christians do it, it's holy.
Yeah, but it's only holy to Christians. It's not holy to the people that are fucking either against them or the ones that have to deal with their forcing of their beliefs. So, like you're only taking the idea that it's okay in a sense from the viewpoint of a Christian,
who is still the majority around these parts. Yeah, you know what? It's going to happen, kids. I'm telling you straight up. I'm not kidding, and I'm not exaggerating here. Within the next 100 years, 50 to 100 years, we're all going to be either Muslim or Chinese or both. That's just a reality. They're taking over, and they have the numbers to do it, and they're proving it, and they're doing it. It's going to happen. Your grandkids are going to be Chinese, or Muslims, or both. You have to just realize that that's the way the world's changing. I'm sure hundreds of years ago, when white people started spreading like measles is now in anti-vaxxer communities, people were probably pissed off about it. When the Christians came, people were probably mad and scared just like we are of Muslims. Sorry, we're on the outs. It's our time's up. We had our shot. We did good. It was fun while it lasted. I think you won, but I enjoyed the fight.
Yeah, I just, I don't know, I'm a little terrified over this just because I just don't understand why everybody has to force their beliefs on everybody else. I just don't understand this.
I don't understand it either. I think it's horrible. I don't think that should be the way. And let me just also point out that that hasn't worked for any other religion. So I don't know why people think it's going to work automatically for Muslims. It hasn't worked for anyone else. Because
Muslims are a little bit more... They approach it from a much better way. Christians do it under a basement of judgment. They use fear tactics. Muslims don't.
That's true.
They get you in there under a very simple concept of, no. Muslim faith is all based off of goodness. It's all based off of, good stuff and, and all these other, happy thoughts until you're in. And then once you're in, that's when you start realizing that everything is just a fucking lie and it's all based off of totalitarian ways of life. And why is this a good thing? Why would anybody want to be a part of any of this? I just don't get it.
I don't understand why anyone wants to be a part of organized religion whatsoever. I know the one I know the best of is Jesus, and he didn't. It's a stupid concept, and it doesn't work, and it's. But like I said, it's a fact. It's just a fact now. What does that mean for the world? I have no idea. I don't know what a Muslim-run world would look like. Hopefully,
I know what a Muslim-run fucking country would look like. I don't want to live like that.
No, neither do I. But maybe a Western Muslim world that will be more. I don't want to say more educated, but more adapted to the way things are in the rest of the world. I would hope that they find a common ground, because otherwise we're just in for more war. And Muslims claim they don't want that. They claim they're not the terrorists. Well, yeah. You claim these terrorists aren't one of you. Well, yeah, they are, because they fucking say they are. So it's too bad for you. Prove them wrong.
Yeah.
Prove them wrong. Prove us wrong. Spread your message and be good to us. And don't force us to fucking be a part of it. I will respect you as much as you respect me, and we can be really great neighbors, or we can be shitty neighbors. That's up to you. Don't force your shit on me, and we'll be great neighbors. That goes for anybody with any opinion. You're more than welcome to your opinion. I will fight to the death for the freedom of thought, belief, expression, and opinion. But you try to force it on me, and we got issues. It's that simple. I don't force my beliefs on you. I'm here every night sharing them with you. I hope you share them too. And if not, well, good on you. You get on the show and tell us what your views are. I would love to hear them. You might not convince me, and I might not convince you, but at the end of the day, we'll be good friends. That's all I ask of the world, and I hope that our new Muslim leaders can appreciate that.
Oh man, I don't know. It's a very there's a weird conversation. I was talking to my mother about that, and you know, I hate America. I've never really liked America for very, very many years for multiples of reasons, and their ability to start wars without thinking of the repercussions. And the problem that they've done is they've awoken a sleeping giant with the Muslims, because they're much better. Like, you can have all the technology in the world, but when you know a group of people who are willing to die for their cause more openly, you can't beat that.
No.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, unless if you are willing to literally drop the bomb like you did on Japan. Because Japan had the same thing. Japan had the fucking suicide bombers. They didn't give a shit.
Yeah.
They'll take a plane and drive it right into anything. They just don't care. It was all about that, that end belief. And Muslims are much more dedicated to that.
Yeah, they are. Well, you know what? A big.
Very careful of it.
This is why they always win in the countries. Like, people have been trying to take over that part of the world for 4,000 years. Russia's tried, France has tried, Britain tried, the Romans tried. Everybody's tried. No one wins, because you cannot defeat people who have nothing to lose.
That's right.
They will. You can roll in there with tanks. They will fight you with sticks. They don't care. Nothing you do to them is worse than what they do to themselves every single fucking day. You cannot defeat these people.
Not only that, but you gotta remember, they don't care about your international laws.
No, none.
So the international rules of warfare, they don't care. They will use children to protect themselves, so you don't shoot them in the head. They will use every dirty trick in the fucking book. They don't care.
100%, and that's how. History repeats itself. That's how the British Redcoats were getting defeated to shit when we first came to Canada. It's because natives didn't fight by our rules. We had no idea what ambushing was. That wasn't a thing that existed. And they kicked the shit out of us until we figured out maybe we should take off our red coats and start hiding in the trees. It's the same thing against these people. We're so off our game because we can't fathom the idea of someone not following the rules of war. Well, guess what? It's fucking war. You should see me fight. You think I'm going to stand there, exchange punches like a boxer? No, I'm going to do everything I have to do to fucking win that fight.
Yeah, absolutely.
And they think that way too. They don't. You're right. Well said. They don't care about our rules. They don't get invited to our parties. Why would they adhere to our rules? We don't. The UN never offers them anything, and good, show whatever. But you can't expect them to show up and play by your rules if you never invite them to a game.
That's right.
Which is a funny thing. I don't think anyone's actually tried real peace with these people. We go in with demands, we go in with ultimatums, we go in with sanctions and restrictions and say this is the way it's going to be. Nobody ever just went, hey, can we work this out? No one ever picks up a phone and goes, hey guys, is there something we can work out before we come over and completely obliterate you with our clearly more superior armies? No? Okay, well, we're going to come blow you into the fucking Stone Age again. See you in 100 years.
And they're just going to say, that's okay.
Yeah.
I'm with that.
But, why don't we actually attempt some sort of diplomacy? Why don't we say, hey guys, how do we work this out? You're clearly taking over the world. Can we do this in a friendly way, or does America have to come blow you into the Stone Age again? And
they're going to say, no, we're doing it the way we're doing it.
Maybe they're not. Has anyone asked? Give up on Israel, first of all. Give up on Israel and Palestine. Forget it. I don't care which side of the fight you're on. Get off it. It's never going to end. No one wins that fight. It's been going on for 4,000 years. They're not going to stop for anybody. And America backs Israel, and Canada backs Palestine, and we say we're not involved, but we actually are, and it's a stupid bag. You got to get them out of your minds right now. Forget them. They're the ones that keep pissing off Iran. Without Israel doing their bullshit that they do, there is no Iran threat. Iran is mobilizing only against Israel. So who's the really fucking problem here? The really fucking problem? That's some good English for you.
It's a really big fucking problem is America.
Forget Israel. Forget Israel. Get rid of them. Don't get rid of them. Forget them. Just get off that fight, and then 90% of Muslims' problems with America go away. It's that simple.
I don't think it will, though. I think it's long past that point. I don't think there is any turning back. There's no negotiating. There's no turning back. It is just going to be. Eventually, it's going to be to the point. Once they have the right amount of numbers, you're going to see a drastic fucking change of between these nice, peaceful Muslims that claim all these good, nice things, and immediately their organization is going to turn around once they have everybody in place, and it's all going to stop. And it's just going to be, no, that's not the way we're doing it. No, it's this way or you die. And we will kill you in a horrifically fucking bad fashion way.
You could be very right.
Prove me wrong, Muslims. Bring it on. Just prove me wrong.
I don't know that you're correct in your estimations there. You could very well be. And I can't say what's going to happen for us when that happens. It could be in our lifetime.
Oh yeah, I mean, we're easily talking about the next fucking 30 years, easy.
Yeah, I think you're right. So what do we do? I hope we can find some way to work together in some fashion. Hopefully our kids are smarter than us, and they can figure something out.
No, I just think all you're going to see is just rules are going to be applied, and it's just going to be a very simple thing of no more podcasts. The only podcast to be allowed is pro-Muslim podcast. That will be it. Pro-Muslim television, pro-Muslim movies. Everything is just, that's what everything will end up being.
Yeah, well, I've never seen a pro-Muslim movie. I do enjoy Bollywood movies. I hope they're like that. They're not.
No, because even Bollywood movies technically would be going against the Muslim.
Oh, 100%, yeah.
So, yeah, no, there's just, no, it's all going to just end. And that's a sad state of affairs.
I'm just gonna say one thing really quickly, if I can, but it's going to take a second. When it does happen, I will be the first one to say, Maharaban Nahn lasna ealaa haquin.
I don't know what that means.
That means, I'm Eric, and welcome to We Are Not Right.
Well done, sir.
That will be the new name of the podcast. I probably butchered that accent, but either way,
okay.
Maraban. That's welcome. God bless Google Translate.
That's something special. Right
that would be a funny podcast. Hi, we're Eric and Gordon. Welcome to We're Not Right. we are.
We were wrong.
Welcome to We Were Wrong.